Everyone, welcome to Knit Night with Mekamika. I'm your host, Shamika Clark, and I'm here to welcome you into my home in Brooklyn, New York, where I tell you all about everything that's been going on concerning me and knitting. Today I'm going to talk about the Brooklyn yarn crawl, which was ridiculously awesome. Before I even get started on that, I'd like you to know where you can find me. You can find me on Instagram as Mekamika Shop. You can find me on Etsy as Mekamika, and you can find me on Ravelry as Shamika Knits. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, Brooklyn yarn crawl was ridiculously awesome. It happened last weekend, and I want to say I was able to get to all the shops between 1 o'clock and I'd say 12 o'clock and 5. So it is particularly doable in one day, which is a big difference with the New York City yarn crawl because there were only 4 shops. And what was so lovely is that they put up a map with all the trains that are near each location, so you can really map out the way in which you wanted to travel. So I'm just gonna do a quick overview, and in the end I'm gonna show you actual live footage of what was going on. And I will say, I told myself I'm not supposed to buy yarn, so I was being very cautious as to what I purchased, but I did buy something that was it just grabbed my heart. So I couldn't leave it in the store. So we started off at Argyle, and then we headed to Brooklyn General, and then Woolen, and then String Thing Studio. So I am going to show you some of the stuff that I picked up there and let you know how it all went down. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is the bracelet. Now, during the yarn crawl, they had this particular bracelet with stitch markers added on, and you got a stitch marker for every store that you went to, and it was made by Katrinkles, which I love her stuff. You should check her out if you haven't seen her stuff already, if you have been under a rock and haven't been on Instagram and seen her making all these beautiful things for every store. I first got introduced to it during Vogue Knitting Live, where I got to actually buy a Katrinkles yarn gauge square thing, measuring tool at Brooklyn General. So here's the bracelet. I'm gonna try to come in close. Don't know if you're gonna be able to see anything really. It's not the best, but I'll put in a picture. So there's a charm for every store, and this is the first time I've ever actually gotten to all of the yarn shops. Like I said, it was 4 of them, and I got to hit it up in one day. And when I usually do the New York City yarn crawl, you have to divvy it up over the course of 2 to 3 days, and I always get busy, so I never complete the whole thing. So I was really excited that I was able to complete the whole thing. I also want to talk about who was my crew. I have known these ladies forever. I think it's been 10 years, or I don't know. So I was hanging out with Creative Cece, who I went to Edinburgh with. I was hanging out with Tawana, aka Caramel Nap, who I've known since her child was in her belly, and her child's now 10 years old. I was also hanging out with Tamara, who's Lady Bean 73, I think, 73, on Instagram. And who else did we meet up with? We picked up Maxine, who is Creative CC's friend that I've met over the course of many knitting parties that CC has had at her house. And we also met up with Lisa from Indie Entangled when we got to Brooklyn General. Yes. And then we all together just took an Uber to go to Strengthening Studios. So it's like we just kept picking up people along the way, which made it way more fun. So let me get into what I purchased, because what is a yarn crawl without a yarn purchase? Now, remember I said that I didn't really want to buy yarn. I have a lot of yarn. You guys know I go to these festivals, I buy things, and you can only knit so much when you have two hands. But you know what? I was like, this just really grabbed me. So let me see if I can find it. Hold on one second. So at Argyle was the first shop I went to. I fell in love with this pattern by Knit Graffiti. They had a sample there. It's called Rebel 2. They had this particular sample, and I was just like, I could not stay away from it when I first saw it. So I was like, I have to make this. So of course they have a wall of hedgehog, which is absolutely beautiful at Argyle. So I purchased these two skeins. Of course it had to be pink. Come on now. So I purchased these two skeins of hedgehog. This is Pinky Swear in the sock yarn, and this one is Teacup. So these two together will become my Rebel 2. So that was my first purchase. After that, where did we go? We went to Argyle, and then we went to Brooklyn General. So what I purchased at Brooklyn General, like I said, I'm not buying yarn, right? I'm not buying yarn. So I bought a project bag because why not? And it's beautiful. I think I want to paint it. I saw someone starting to paint it online, and I think it was Nancy from who works at Nitty City. And I was just like, duh, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, so this might get painted. We'll see what happens. I also bought the, what magazine is that? Len magazine, issue 2. I can't find it right now, but you know, Len magazine issue 2. All the issues are like getting sold out like crazy. So I was like, I'm just gonna buy issue 2. If I fall in love with something in it, then I'll make it. But it's a good magazine to have. It's more than just knitting. It's about the whole lifestyle. The whole Nordic lifestyle, I should say. And it's just interesting to read up on things. I know Ellie may have a little bit to say about what it has, whether it's authentic or not, but that's her opinion. You should definitely check out her podcast if you'd like to hear about it. I just love to just see what's going on with different cultures around the world with knitting, and you know, get a fresh new look at things. So I got the magazine, and I really am enjoying getting into it and starting to read it. And more than just a knitting magazine looking for patterns, but there are actual really good articles in there, and it's worth a look. So that was Brooklyn General. I do want to say that they had a contest a few weeks prior, and guess who won? So what I received was this yarn from Yushashita. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm gonna get out of the way so you can focus. Lovely. So this yarn is called City Sun. It's their superwash merino. It's single plied. So that means it can't be a sock for me, but it will potentially make its way into a fingering weight sweater or shawl. So we'll see. And I also received some ribbon to be used as a drawstring with this fabric. Let me just open it up for you. It's so pretty. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland for some reason. I don't know why, but I guess because of the animals. So I guess this means I need to get my sewing skills up to par. Kristen, I might be calling you for some help, all right? Kristen of Wool and Vine Yarns. She is a phenomenal sewist. So yeah, I also received Brooklyn General pin. You know, pin game is strong these days. And it's not showing. I apologize. But you get the idea. So after that, I went to Woolen. And at Woolen, I just bought this needle holder, DPN holder. Because, because Elisa, who actually designed this is Knit Spin Quilt, is her information. This is all her information. Okay, and Knit Spin Quilt is her name on Instagram. You can find her there. She gifted me the project bag to this for my birthday in July. So I had to get the DPN holder. I don't even really knit with DPNs that much, but it'll give me reason to find something to knit with DPNs. So I just want to make sure and support her. So I also received a skein of yarn that I can't find right now, but I'm gonna try to just stick it in here so that you can see what it is. I know it's blacklight responsive. If you look, as you will see in the footage, that we recorded the whole blacklight thing going on, so it was pretty cool. So after that, I went to String Thing Studio, and I'm still on my I'm not buying yarn thing. So I bought this bag. Plastic is lame. So I just thought it was really cute. There's a pink llama on it, and I've been using this bag as, instead of my regular pocketbook, this has become my pocketbook because I'm carrying around sweaters, guys. So I'm trying to finish these sweaters, and I'm going to show them to you now. And there is the giveaway happening as well to go along with one of these sweaters. So actually not a giveaway. What am I saying? A discount. So I will let you know. Let's get started on the giveaway discount thing going on. I can't talk today. I'm just excited. Okay, the first sweater I want to talk about is the Blofiel sweater by Ellie of Skein Knits. So when Ellie came to New York for Vogue Knitting Live, she stayed with me, and all of her color work madness has hit me. So I was able to see, you know, some little teeny tiny snippets of new patterns that were being, you know, created in her mind, and I just fell in love with everything. So when she had a call for test knitters, I said, sure, I'd help you test knit this. So here's the Blofiel sweater. I'm gonna just bring this in a little closer so you can see the color work. It's absolutely beautiful. I am making it with Holst yarn from Denmark. You can order it online, and they're actually, I got the yarn within a week, so very economical, lots of yardage on the skein, and I think I bought way more yarn than I was supposed to for this sweater. So it was like a test knit, so we didn't know at first how many skeins to buy, and then I was just like, well, I'll just buy extra, and if I have extra, I'll make mittens with them, because duh, Ellie, you design really nice mittens as well. So of course I have extra yarn left over. So it will be put to use later on. So I'm gonna just show you where I am right now. I just have to finish the sleeve. And during the Brooklyn Yarn Crawl, I bought these flexi flips because this is so heavy. The magic loop was just, it was just such a drag, but this makes it go a lot faster. So I got this at String Thing Studio, and this is actually, the sweater is for Felicia of String Thing Studio, the owner. So it's come full circle. So I just really have to finish the edge of the sleeve, and I'll be done. But there is more. I bought two more colors. I bought an orange version and I bought a pink version. So I will be knitting another 2 of these sweaters because I love it so much. And there is a knit along happening. So Ellie has a knit along in her Skein Knits Ravelry group. If you feel so inclined and you want to make a Blofiel sweater as well, you should definitely join because it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people making in all different colors. You're going to really go crazy when you see all the different iterations of this sweater. So she also has a discount code that she let me graciously use. So if you are interested in her sweater pattern and any of her, basically any of her patterns, check out use the discount code. It's Mekamika, Mekameka. Okay, so I will post it here, Mekamika, and you can use the discount code in her store. Now, I'm gonna put the sweater down for a minute and I'm gonna talk about socks. Now, within the time between the sweater release, Ellie also released a sock Leicester sock set. I've already purchased it and I've already bought yarn for it. This is also, you can use the discount code on that as well. And there is a Skeinier Knits sock knit along going on right now. So the difference between the sock Leicester socks and her Selbu socks is just the weight of yarn that you're using. The sock Leicester sock set uses sport weight yarn, and it was kind of strange because she can find this beautiful Norwegian yarn, but we can't find it over here in the States. So she made it with, I think it was PT2 she used, or PT5, I can't remember. But you'll see it when you go to the pattern page. And there's a whole thread on finding, you know, equivalent yarn that if you can't get that particular yarn. So basically the reason, it's basically you want sport weight yarn with nylon in it because it's socks. Right? So we find all these sport weight yarn and they're all pretty, but they don't have nylon in them, and it's kind of like, Urgh! So what did I do? I found something. It was amazing. Cascade yarns, guys. This yarn was like $7.50 or $8.50. I got online from, I think it was Little Knits, and it's 150 yards. You need like 50 yards for one pair of socks. So of course, I bought more than one. So this is for, I don't know which pattern I'm gonna make yet, but this is one color group. I'll call it a color group, color. Then this is another one. Isn't it pretty? So yeah, I got all of this. And this is gonna make like 6 pairs of socks, potentially. This is amazing. This is like jackpot, guys. This is jackpot. So like, this is amazing. So anyway, so Ellie, thank you so much for just, you know, you get an idea for a sock and you follow through with it and you post it and it's magic. And thank you so much for bringing Norwegian knitting to like the mainstream. Thank you so much for creating your patterns. Thank you so much for the discount code. Again, it's Meka. And I'm going to talk about yarn for one more of her socks that I want to make. Let me just get it here. It's the Selbu socks. The Selbu sock pattern is a fingering weight sock pattern, and it's the same color work, very similar to the Selbu mittens. But I'm like, okay, what do I use? Now, this yarn I had purchased when I went to the Toronto Knitters Frolic last year. It actually just finished, guys, and I hear it was a lot of fun, but I couldn't make it this year, but I can still knit with yarn from it, right? So this is just basic Regia, and it's fingering weight, and this is going to make for a really good sock because it's tightly spun, and I think there's nylon in here. Yes, 75% virgin wool, 25% polyamide nylon. Anyway, so this is going to become my Selbu socks. And what else do we have going on? We have one more sweater that I'm working on that I want to show you. Actually, 2 sweaters I'm working on, but one that it's something I need to kind of finish quickly. So let me show you that. So I got a call from Anna Freeberg, who is Yarnisty. She designs sock patterns, and she was tech editing this pattern for Matilda Cruz, also known as Organic Knitters. And I've been working on this sweater for her, and I had literally just learned brioche a few days before this whole conversation happened. So I was like, oh yeah, I want to make this. So the name of the sweater is brioche. So I was helping her test knit, and then I got a little sidetracked. Something happened and I had to leave New York for a little bit, and I couldn't carry it with me to my destination because my suitcase was fully packed. so I didn't get to take it on the trip with me, so I couldn't really focus to really get it finished, but I was still able to help her out with the pattern because she's Swedish and they wanted a native English speaker to go through everything, so I did that, helped her out with just little tiny mistakes, you know, it happens. So but the pattern is in Swedish and it's in English, so definitely check it out. It just launched, I think, yesterday, and it's called Brioche, B-R-Y-O-K-E, and let me show you what it looks like. So this is what I've been working on so far. It's a little tangled, but here we are. So it is that the back? That's the back. Let me turn around. It's a brioche yoke. Guys, this is so beautiful. And it's brioche done in the round. You see the inside is a total reverse. And I am making this for my mom, and Mother's Day is next Sunday. Let's see if I can finish it. So I have a sleeve to do to finish, another sleeve, and to finish the body. So my mom didn't want any shaping on it. She just wanted it to be straight. So it's just basically straight stockinette. So I just gotta like get on Netflix and just pile away at this sweater. So I'm really enjoying it. I will say I breezed through the brioche so fast, and then I was like, oh, I gotta do stockinette now. The brioche was so much fun to do. Like I really just like really flew through it. And the sleeves have brioche on the cuff. So this is where I stand with this sweater. Check it out. Organic Knitters on Instagram, and the name of the pattern is Brioche, B-R-Y-O-K-E. Check it out, guys. And oh, let me add to this. You're getting a pullover and the cardigan version in one sweater pattern. So I think it's amazing. I think it's very economical, and I think you have a slew of pattern sizes from extra small, I think, up until triple XL. So I'm doing the extra large, there's 2 more. Yeah, triple XL. So it's a wide range, and you can change from, you can have a cropped one, you can have waist shaping, you can do it without waist shaping, you can make it as long as you want. So there are directions for every style. So it's really a universal pattern, and you will not regret it. And if you love brioche, or even if you just started brioche, I mean, I'm telling you, I did the Nancy Marchand class on Craftsy in 2 nights, and then look at what happened. So it's totally doable. I highly encourage you to get this sweater pattern if you're interested. So now let me move on to some more purchases that I have made. Or actually no, wait, rewind. There's some more knit-alongs that I want to talk about. Okay, I'm really all over the place, guys. I apologize for this. Before I jump to the other knit-alongs, I want to still mention the last sweater that I told you guys that I casted on. So, like I said, I went away. So I couldn't fit the sweater in the last sweater I showed you in my suitcase. So, but I did manage to fit 2 skeins of yarn into the suitcase. So, let me tell you the story about this yarn. Now, okay, so first of all, I'm going to Rhinebeck, and I have already solidified the house that I'm staying in, and we have all the guests have already been accounted for, and so we have a group chat going on. So we're letting the people who are new to Rhinebeck know, like, okay, you might need 3 sweaters because we're extra and whatever. You guys know I just love to knit sweaters. So we just started talking about different sweaters that we like. So one person had a Zweig, another person had a Zweig. And then it's like, okay, all these pretty Zweigs going on, and I want one. So I decided, okay, I'm gonna make a Zweig for Rhinebeck. So one day Jan sends me a message on Instagram, and she's like, check out this yarn, it's your color. And it's this. Well, somebody's playing music outside. Oh, anyway, so it's called Love is a Battlefield, and it's designed by Stitch Mischief. She is in Surrey, British Columbia, or is it Vancouver? Well, she's in British Columbia. So, so this was amazing. I was like, yes, this yarn is beautiful. I want to get it. I can't wait, right? So then I get home, the yarn is sold out. And I'm like, what am I gonna do now? So I said, well, maybe I'll send her an Etsy message and see if maybe, you know, she'll be gracious enough to get me, you know, be able to accommodate my order. I kid you not, within 5 seconds she responded yes. So I told her, I was like, well, I want to get a sweater's quantity of this, and can you do something with the black part to make a contrasting colorway? So, and let me tell you, the yarn's coming from Canada. I got it in 5 days. Okay, this is insanely quick. Like, great customer service. You guys have to check her out. Stitch Mischief. Check out her Instagram. Check out her Etsy shop. And the yarn is so soft. It's 100% merino. So the second color, I'm going to show them to you. The first color, this is it in the, this is it all skeined up. Here we go. And the second color, oh, it's falling apart in my hands, is this gray with little flecks of purple. I don't even know if you can see it. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? So I just literally fell in love. Okay. All right, here we go. Now you can see me. I literally fell in love with this. Like, it was amazing. And then I got the yarn so fast, and I was so excited about this. Sorry about that, yarn falling. So I started my spike when I was on my trip, and I know there's a million stitch markers, you know, Mekamika shop stitch markers hanging there. This, you know what this looks like? One of those lampshades. But anyway, so yeah, this is my sweater so far. This is my neck, and I'm just starting the lace. Ooh, here we go. So I'm really enjoying it. I added a stitch marker for every lace repeat because I know me, if I don't do it, one of them will be messed up and I will go crazy and not be able to figure out what it is, and I'll have to rip the whole thing out. So in order to prevent myself from going even more insane, I added a stitch marker at every turn. So yeah, my little neon stitch markers, I love them. I want to be able to show them to you up close. They're just hearts, neon hearts. So yeah. So this is the last cast on that I've actually done. So if you didn't already know, I'm trying to do 12 sweaters in 2018 because I have so much sweater quantities of yarn, and I find that they've just been sitting there, and I don't want to be one of these people who just collects yarn. I want to make sweaters to fit and to wear as part of my wardrobe, because I'm noticing that all of my store-bought sweaters are kind of getting old and tatted, and I need to just get rid of them. And why should I even buy another store-bought sweater when I know how to knit? So I'm just trying to knit all these sweaters this year. So I will have a whole synopsis of all the sweaters in progress another time, but I just wanted to show you this. And I also want to show you what I bought yesterday, this project bag, Wakanda Forever, by Lady Di Yarns. You should definitely check her out. She was at Vogue Knitting Live, and she did a little trunk show at String Things Studio yesterday. She does a lot of minis. So if you have a passion for like knitting with minis, you can make stripes, you can do color work, or you just want to do socks, like whatever your passion is, and maybe you just need that little pop of color to add to your project, definitely check out Lady Di Yarns. She's in Boston. And this bag, I think I got one of the last few that they had, but a little birdie told me that she's printing more. So you should definitely, you know, at least just, if you've never been to her shop, never been to her website, just flag it and, you know, keep looking until these come back, because this is amazing. This is, the minute I saw it, I just had to have it. So I'm really excited, really happy. And, thank you, Felicia, for having Lady Di Yarns at String Things Studio, and I was able to go there and get the bag. That was pretty awesome. So now we can talk about, let me get this off the floor. It fell. Okay, 2 more knit-alongs happening. So Candace of Pin Feathers and Pearls is having her stripy socks knit-along. I'm also doing the Volan Vines box of socks. So there's 12 socks for the year, and I wanted to do 12 striped socks for the year because I have so much self-striping yarn. So I recently purchased this, even though I told myself I'm not buying anything, but this was one of those yarns that you just can't get often. I randomly went on Jinx Yarn's website and I said, oh, let's just see what she has. House Cup. It always sells out. It's all the Harry Potter house colorways. So this is the beginning of my sock. And it sparkles. You can see that. So there we go. So I'm making my Harry Potter socks. And I've been told that I'm a Gryffindor by, no, what am I saying? Duh. Ravenclaw. I'm a Ravenclaw. I went to the Pottermore thing and I filled it out. Thanks, Danielle, for telling me about it because now I know I'm a Ravenclaw. And Ellie agrees because she says I'm the only one who will do a full Excel spreadsheet to figure out how many stitches are in a sweater. Yes, I've done it before. So if that makes me Ravenclaw, so be it. So these are my Harry Potter socks that I'm making for, this would be the month of, it's now May, so I started this in April, the month of April. Yeah, I didn't finish it yet, but hey, at least I casted it on, because if I don't cast it on, it's not gonna get done. So yeah. So Pin Feathers and Pearls, I think I have up until May 15th to finish these. So I gotta get on this, but yeah, this is Pin Feathers and Pearls. Candace, her podcast, check her out. And she also has a Ravelry group, so you can go in there and look at all the beautiful stripy socks that everyone's making. So definitely check her out. I met her when I went to Knit City in Vancouver last year, and she's super sweet. She's so nice. So definitely give her some love, guys. So also, if you didn't already know, my last name is Clark. I must have said that a million times already, but my last name is Clark. And my friend Jacqueline of Brooklyn Knit Folk has created the Clark socks. Granted, my last name has an E at the end and hers doesn't. The Clark sock pattern doesn't, but it's okay. I'll let it slide. So she's having a Clark socks knit along starting today, the 6th of May. Today's May, right? Yeah, the 6th of May. So I decided I'm definitely gonna make those socks. And I did say I wanted to do all striped socks for this box of socks, but this is just one of those things you just have to make an exception for. I mean, the pattern is named after my last name. Why not? She says she named it after Clark Street. And I used to go to a really nice restaurant on Clark Street a long time ago. So I have a little bit of affinity for the name, and the pattern is so beautiful. So I am going to make these Clark socks. I'm actually planning on casting on today. So let's get to the yarn. So I know this is not my usual bright pink. I understand, but Circus Tonic Handmade. Ooh, let's see if we can focus. Okay. And I love how there's tiny flecks of pink in the pattern. And the Clark socks, there is, there's some texture going on. So I didn't want to get a yarn that was overly variegated to, compete with the pattern, because the pattern is very, very beautiful. So this is what I'm going to use. The name of this is King Quail, and it's 80% Australian superwash merino. So, I'm traveling now with my yarn. And 20% nylon, 409 yards, definitely enough to make a pair of socks, and I'll probably have enough left over for heels and toes on another sock pattern. So this is what I will be using. And what else do I want to talk about? I have some acquisitions. I went to the Alex Creates studio launch party that he had. It was a lot of fun. I got to see like the studio and where all the magic happens, and he had all his yarn displayed everywhere, and it was just like color, 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 color. It was like neons, and it was just beautiful. Like his ombres are gorgeous. You should definitely check out Alex Creates, guys. If you don't know about him, now you know. He was at Vogue Knitting Live. He was also at String Studio. He did a trunk show, and I was just like, oh, studio party, definitely, I'll be there. So I received this yarn, well, this yarn bag, and then This is the yarn that came in it, and it's called Hibiscus. And I mean, these are my colors, so it was inevitable that this had to go home with me. Hand dyed in New York City, superwash merino, cashmere, nylon. I love MCN bases, so this is it the last yarn that I bought? The last sock yarn that I bought, I think. So yeah, so let me see what else I have to show you guys. So I think I have ran out of new acquisitions to show you. So I'm gonna just talk about some future plans that I have with knitting. So okay, so I have to go on a yarn diet. Well, it's inevitable. I'm gonna have to go on a yarn diet. Reason being, I'm going to Perth Festival of Yarn in Scotland. Woo! So yes, I got a lot of EYF FOMO. Like, it was insane. I got mad because the day that EYF happened was like the worst possible day at work I could have ever had. Basically, my coworker called out. I had to do his job and my job. My queue was insane. His queue was insane. And then the equipment that we utilize, it broke. So I had to do everything manually. Lots and lots of work. I was not happy. And then, you know, I take a sneak peek during lunch on Instagram and I see everyone just having all this fun in EYF, and I'm just like, "Urgh." So I just was like, I'm never missing Scotland again, ever. Not missing it. Nope, it's not gonna happen. So then my beautiful IVKN family, if you don't know what that is, IVKN is the International Virtual Knit Night that we have going on. There's a Facebook group in order to get in, and we have certain nights in which all over the world we just connect via video chat. So my beautiful IVKN family convinced me that Perth Yarn Festival is something worth going to. So I'm going. So that happens in September. So I have to save money for yarn when I get there. And I have to go with a really big suitcase and make sure it's nice and empty so I can bring back my haul. So because of that, I'm going on a yarn diet. I'm stating it right now. Not buying any more yarn. I will make lists of yarn that I fall in love with, but I'm not buying any more yarn. That's it. Until Perth Yarn Festival. But I can still patronize my beautiful yarn dyers. I can help with social media. I can spread a good word. I can buy project bags. I can buy books. I can buy pins, but no yarn. I'm not allowed. Not allowing myself. So yeah, Perth Festival of Yarn is happening in September. So I will be there. The flight is booked. The lodging is booked. And the social events are booked. So I'm going. And in October is Rhinebeck. So yes, that is booked as well. And in November, this is big question mark, guys. Quite a possibility, but I will have to habla en español to go. There is the Barcelona Knits Festival happening. It's the first of its kind in Barcelona. And I want to go. Why not? So I'm just trying to see if those plans will fall into place now, because things are, you know, school and work and, you know, all these other things going on. So, you know, it's just a matter of finding a group of people to go with, and let's just get it all together and let's just go. And of course, yeah, I have to brush up on my Spanish. And I have been told by a knowledgeable Spanish speaker that the Castilian Spanish that I learned in school, that I was told when I was in school is how they speak in Spain, is not the Spanish they speak in Barcelona, because I have to learn Catalan now. And I'm like, what is that? So if anybody is well versed in Catalan and you want to help me practice, reach out to me, please. Because I need help. But I will say I have brushed up on the knitting terminology in Spanish. just in case I have to talk to a yarn dyer or someone who is, that I need to communicate with so that I can buy yarn. So yeah, so but anyway, that is down the pike, as Kristen would say. That's, it's a couple more months from now. But it's in my mindset that I do definitely want to go. So I am keeping that on, just putting a low fire on it. It's not on the back burner. There's a low fire on it. It's brewing. So we'll see. What else is going on? School is getting more intense. I am working. Okay, so we basically learned every program that we had to learn, and it's just about finessing it now and making the connection between what do you make in Illustrator, what do you make in Photoshop, and how do you incorporate it into InDesign or for different things or what have you. So we are at the stage of creating mock-ups for packaging design, which is really interesting, really fun. And I have been just doing some practice runs on some different things. So that's really exciting. And it's like, wow, I drew that. And oh, wow, it's on a box now. It's like, ooh, that's cool. The real industry of package design is so intense. And I've heard that, if you really know how to do it, you can really make good money doing it. So I don't know if I'm gonna end up there, but it's so much fun just to try these different things to kind of see where what you enjoy the most and where it's going to lead to when you graduate. So I don't know yet. I don't have a specialty yet. I'm just really enjoying learning all that I'm learning and seeing things go from just a general idea to a finished product. So I'm really excited about it. So that's what's going on with me in school. Knitting is taking over my life, as you know, and I think this is where I'm going to just quiet down so you guys can check out the actual footage of the yarn crawl. And happy knitting, guys. Thank you so much for checking in. I apologize for it being, such a long time between podcasts, but it's been really busy and I've been going through a lot, but I'm back and everything looks like it's full speed ahead. Also, I just want to thank my friend Dana, who has really helped me out. She had a moving sale and she sold me her lighting equipment. And I was actually in the market for lighting equipment. And she's like, oh, it's just been used a little bit. I'm like, I don't care, just bring it over. So I can record at night now and have the same, some lighting going on. So it's going to be a lot better. It's going to make it a lot easier for me to record more often. So thank you so much, Dana, for your help and contribution to Shamika Knits. So I'm really excited. So because of that, I'm not making any promises, but I will try my best to record more, guys. Like it's just because usually it's like I gotta wait till the sun out, which means I gotta wait till the weekend, and then during the week I have some important things I want to say, but then I have to just write it down and wait, and then the weekend comes and it's like I get sidetracked, or I have to do this, I have to do that, I gotta run errands, it's like all this going on. Life doesn't stop, for a podcaster. So, but I do want to really just be honest with you about what my life is like, and it's not always giving me enough time to do what I love to do, but just know that, every project I make, I'm always thinking, okay, I got to show this off on the podcast. I want to inspire somebody. What if they want to make something like this, So I don't forget about you all. I just want to be sure that, I give you a good show. So thank you so much for tuning in. Check out the yarn crawl, the Brooklyn yarn crawl footage. And here's the stitch markers.
Here we are at the first stop on Brooklyn Yarn Crawl at Argyle. Woo! Wait.
Oh, wait.
Turn around.
I was trying to
She's trying to get up in my camera. This is Cecilia. And this is Tawana. And that's Tamara. And this is how we're going. Yay. Let me just show you some information about the yarn crawl. There are 4 stores in Brooklyn today that's part of this yarn crawl. Yeah. And this lovely map shows you which train goes to which store. Isn't that amazing? So you can literally ride all the trains and get to all the stores. And we have shop times and some little information. And it's 10% off all yarn. I'm not supposed to buy yarn today.
Everything. You're so awesome.
This is my friend Rosie.
Hi. Are you headed next to Brooklyn General?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure yet. Either or. Last stop is Thursday.
Does your shirt say?
Sitting is sexy. My favorite shirt. And we've got mango margarita.
That's what I want. I'm like, yes.
I just get so much more inspired every time I come into a store. There's so many beautiful things that I fall in love with. I love this color.
I'm keeping my fingers
Wonderful.
I'm pulling up this part. I like this prize. Yeah, that's the prizes.
I'll win. I want a prize.
You finished your, is that faded?
That's the find your fade.
And I started my sunset highlight. Color work. I have to restart it again. But it's exciting. It's very pretty. I call it.
So here we have the Brooklyn Yarn exclusive bracelets. So we have to go to all shops and pick up these little stitch markers or little additions to the bracelet. It's so cute.
It's your color, but
Can't you just see that in pink and gray? Like,
Not stand here and make
Different incarnations.
so, yeah. And we got more yarn. Goodies in them.
yeah.
Do they have any pink in there?
Don't lose your phone.
Almost.
Oh, no.
I think I want something here. I want to lift them. Can I leave them So yeah, I am obsessed with this design. And it's a sock. So I'm trying to figure out what colors do I have. Can anyone help me? Please? Because everything is beautiful and I'm having issues right now because I'm not supposed to be buying yarn, but I really want it. So I'm just gonna get it. So I think I found my yarn. First pick, and this is what I'm going to do. It'll work. Stop number 2, Brooklyn General Store. Let's do this. right here. Anything. It's all here. This store is everything. It's amazing.
So this gold has a different color than
If you want to do needlepoint, it's all here. And if you need beautiful fabric, it's all here. Here we are at stop number 3, Woolen, on Atlantic Avenue in Brooklyn. Yarn crawl this weekend. Raffle prizes, store exclusive sale yarns at Woolen, Brooklyn. There you go. Let's check it out.
my secret find.
Shop small, guys.
My secret.
Oh, the little ones that you
These
got.
guys.
That you were selfishly got for yourself.
Show the spiel. Sign in for the raffles here.
Okay.
I have some sort of stitch markers left.
Oh, yes.
There's a ton of sale yarn going on. There's cookies on the table. Our store colors are here.
Start here. Check that out. Is it more over here or just? Is it everywhere?
It's just these two.
Oh, it's just these two.
These two do. And I make a joke that the Gowanus Canal, like the
Gowanus
Gowanus doesn't glow, but the actual Gowanus Canal probably does.
It probably does, yes.
That's my joke.
Were you saying that you recognized this?
No sleep
Yes.
till Brooklyn.
I have not made it. A lot of people.
Today, NYC Yarn Crawl, Brooklyn, Spring 2018. We are at Strengthening Studio, the last stop on our journey. Oh my God, do you see this? Stay woke, y'all. Stay woke. I need this mitten. Like nobody's business. I think I'm gonna buy the yarn for it today. For real, like for real. Okay, so I want this bag too. This plastic is lame, especially when it has BPA in it. Oh yeah! And here's the owner, Felicia. Hi. And here's Hannah.
It has been a crazy yarn crawl day.
But it's amazing because you
It's
have
good.
an amazing shop.
Yes, I do. And you should go see the yard. It's so nice. People just sitting outside, relaxing.
I'll do that.
It's perfect.
I will do that. Hello. Hi. Welcome. I mean, whatever. Yes. Welcome. Welcome me. Come here. Look at this pretty color. This is gorgeous.
This is silent, yeah.
This color is beautiful. She's okay. I see her. She's all over there. But no.
Oh, I had liked her yarn. I think I wanted this one at
We're out of it. Well, we could get it now.
yeah, no, I'm drawn to it again.
Come in.
Hi, what's up?
Ricardo?
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, Shamika. I did a hat.
Oh, nice.
I designed a hat. Look
Very
at
nice.
Silent Fibers, String
Very
Things,
nice.
exclusive colorway.
Perfect. You guys need to come get your hands on this.
Not a lot left.
Exactly.
Come get it.
I want to try that.